The world within the last few years has become more and more aware of the population explosion. We think of it in terms of human beings, of how many will be able to survive on Earth. Will they have enough clean air to breathe, or any air for that matter? Will there be enough room to live in and enough food to feed an ever-increasing number of mouths? Nature, up until now, has maintained a carefully planned balance, but conditions often change this pattern and tip scales against the plan.
Hello and welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast, the podcast where three men drink beers and gripe about horror movies.
Rabbits so numerous that they threaten man's existence by devouring his crops, killing animals, and destroying property.
Maybe I took her from my mother too early. She never came out.
Just so everyone's aware, there will be spoilers and plenty of nasty, nasty language.
Even on summer days, she'd complain.
Maybe I'm illiterate, or dyslexic, what's his name? Simon Cartwright from The Ugly.
Never seen The Ugly.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
What
You
was
did
the-
Who are you? Are you
did
a
a review
reptoid?
on it with us.
What was The Ugly?
It was that movie where everything was blue and red.
Oh! That's what it was called. That New
You think
Zealand.
it was-
That was that
yeah.
New Zealand movie. Yeah.
Come on! It's like he doesn't even know the show.
He doesn't.
Welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast.
Hey, I show up. I
And that's
watch
all
all
I
you
do.
Sarah Michelle Gellar.
Hello, welcome to Just Another Horror Podcast. I'm John.
I'm Ben.
Cobra.
Today we have a fan request. One of our donators from Patreon.com, Daniel, who's calls himself the number 2 fan. I guess he thinks Cody's number 1. He wrote us an email. He said, "Could you guys review Night of the Lepus? Backstory, when I was very young, my parents thought it would be funny to show me this and then tell me that rabbits were actually vicious monsters. Being a city kid, I rarely ran into rabbits, so this movie shaped me from a very young age to be deathly afraid of rabbits for far longer than I care to admit. The movie is not good, but if you have any small children, show them this movie and educate them about the current rabbit threat facing our country."
That's awesome. Sounds like you had awesome parents.
Well, I showed this to Garrett, and he was loving it.
Well,
So,
nice.
This movie was not scary.
no. No matter how hard you try,
No.
you can't make
They're
rabbits
rabbits.
frightening. Yeah, they're rabbits.
They
So.
just the model work wasn't good enough to make you believe that these rabbits were 150 pounds.
Before we get into the
Rabbits.
review of this, though, I should knock this couple things out of the way that I have to do. Also, I want to give a shout out to the Horrible Podcast. Did you have something you wanted to say to them?
Yes. I was listening to the Christmas episode, and if you think Eric Freeman is bad, oh, he's over the top, but when you watch Silent Night, Deadly Night 3, better watch out. It is a lobotomized Ricky, played by Bill Moseley, who literally chases a blind girl around for 90 minutes and utters 8 words during the whole fucking movie. You will be begging for Eric Freeman, and you will turn that, I'm pretty sure, from a stinker to a light gem.
Oh yeah. Did they give it a stinker?
Maybe.
Oh,
I'm
man.
not completely sure, but and also John gave Cemetery Man a 10 out of 10. What do you think of that bullshit?
Well, I know one of you guys like it. I know the rest of you
It's
don't.
not a 10 out of 10. It's not a 5 out of 10.
It is to me.
It's
You
a-
gave it a 5 out of 10.
Did I?
Yes, you did.
Ooh, that might have been generous.
There were boobs.
But yeah, if you guys...
There were nice boobs.
If anybody out there
Yes, this
wants
one.
to hear another really well done podcast about horror, Horrible Podcast, they spell it, Horrorble, right?
Yep.
That's it. Horrible Podcast. They're very good. They're on the same place you can find anybody, iTunes, Stitcher, Podomatic. And also, what have you been up to, Ben?
Working.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
You don't have anything you want to tell us?
What else, Ben?
What else have you been doing?
My friend Tim and I started a podcast called, it's WHA Filmcast. It's Wet Hot American Filmcast.
You dirty bastard.
But it's not horror centric. We're just picking movies randomly and watching them.
What's it like having a real microphone?
That's an iPhone.
Oh.
Oh no, it's a Samsung something. Tim records it. So.
I'm about to get an iPhone. Maybe it'll sound better when I get it.
So.
Doubtful.
Probably not.
Yeah, there's 2 episodes out. The Crow was the first movie we reviewed, and
That's Robin's favorite movie.
it was a rewatch for me. I hadn't seen it for a while. I was kind of happy.
Forget.
Lots of nostalgia. And then the second episode we reviewed was
Fire it up! Fire it up! That's what I remember.
David Patrick.
That's what I remember from that movie.
He's a national treasure. And then we reviewed this very low budget. It's on Netflix right now. It's called Love. It's like a time travel astronaut type movie. It was made
But Angels and Airwaves have something to do with it.
Yeah, I think they financed it or something. Movie was made for like $500,000, but it's really interesting to see what you can do with $500,000. It was like
we could do a lot.
Yeah.
What are we working with? 0?
Yep.
Something like that.
So, but you can find
What did
Wet
Dead
Hot.
Snow do? Amazing things with
Yes,
less
they
than
did,
500,000 or 800,000.
But you can find Wet Hot American Filmcast at iTunes, Stitcher. We have a Tumblr page.
You're on Podbean, whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, who knows how long that'll be there.
I don't know what that is.
But
Yeah, it won't let us listen to it at work.
so
Yeah.
It's like
It's illegal or something.
but if you have any,
unauthorized.
if you have any requests for a movie, find us. We're on Facebook
do.
also. Twitter.
I do too.
I do.
Write in, guys.
How would I just tell you?
Okay.
Or I'd punch you.
You
He
can
gets in too easy. I was like, I'm not doing it unless you write in.
I have a great, terrible movie.
Watch
for you.
Primer.
I've been wanting to watch that.
Do
Is
it.
that like a $5,000 movie or something?
Yeah, that is cheap as shit.
Yeah.
That movie's great.
Time travel.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard it's
That sounds awful.
Fantastic.
Hmm.
It's very confusing, but it's fantastic.
it's probably still on
You
streaming.
like anything that's confusing.
Yeah. I don't like to know what's going on. I like to live in a haze my whole life.
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. I'm gonna do that again.
Lepus.
I'm
Lupus.
Ron Burgundy. That was in the movie. The little 70s Anchorman guy.
Oh, at the beginning.
Jesus.
When he's explaining how rabbits.
Oh. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Anyway, continue while I look this up. God damn it.
Starring Stuart Whitman, Janet Leigh, and Rory Calhoun. This is our second Rory
Yeah.
Calhoun movie in
In
as
3
many
weeks.
Yeah.
He
Let's
gets a
see.
jackpot.
It's a stupid. It's a half sentence. Safe flight replace.
I got a chip in my window from the other day. I'm pissed.
No, it's safe light repair.
Safe flight repair.
Safe light repairs.
Japanese. Schaefer.
I'm turning Japanese. I think I'm turning Japanese. I really think so.
Wow.
That's a great song.
Goodbye, listeners from Japan.
Do you guys not
We
like
have
that song?
listeners, by the way, in Australia, Germany, the UK,
Right in.
Brazil, and what's the other one? That other country that I'm forgetting. I'm sorry, other country.
There's
You don't
them.
matter.
Canada? It doesn't matter. Well, you said it didn't matter. It's Canada.
Well, they don't listen, so it doesn't matter
Clearly.
because they're not going to know that it doesn't matter. Yeah, but hi to all the international listeners. I think our listener in the UK is the guy who did the Nasties review on YouTube. And if that is true, I have achieved everything I wanted to do with this show, and
Oh.
I quit.
We're packing it up.
Gone.
It's-
Sorry, Daniel.
Yes,
You're not
I say
getting
sorry,
your
Daniel.
movies.
He is awesome, that guy. So
Oh,
okay, so Australia's plague of rabbits is
Out of control.
out of control, and they're killing other animals. Which no,
It's the over-under on how many animals died in this movie. How many rabbits
30.
specifically.
30.
How much is the horse worth?
Well,
And I'm
we
sure
didn't actually see. I rewound that just to make sure the horse actually didn't break its leg because this is 72 and
there were. Yeah, 30's probably about accurate. God knows how many of those rabbits died. The one was actually on fire, I'm positive.
yes.
In the one scene. Flamethrower scene.
The funniest part of this movie is watching the rabbits run into the fence. It's so funny.
Yeah.
I love every shot that the camera's on the ground and the rabbit's like right beside it so it tries to look monstrous.
Those models.
No,
Talk
it looks
about
really
those
bad.
models. They look
It was
terrible.
somebody had a railroad set, I think. And
It's the Beetlejuice set.
yeah.
That's what it was,
Yeah.
I think.
The model work just is atrocious, and it's not convincing at all.
They're
But
going
he's-
to great lengths in this movie to make us think that these rabbits are dangerous. But they talk about how horrible they are, how they eat other animals.
Well, we even 15 minutes in when the two scientists are taking some of the rabbits, and one of the rabbits bites the guy in the finger, and we're supposed to.
You better be careful. You
Yeah.
better get that looked at. No.
Is that true?
No, it's not.
It's an
Why
animal.
would he have to get it looked at?
I've been bit like 30
Do
times
rabbits
by
have
by
disease?
rabbits. They don't care. They don't matter. It just hurts. You're like, you
Yeah.
little shit. That's it. So I also like the bat scene.
Shake him up.
There's this scene where they go and collect bats. They throw them in a box and they just start shaking the box.
Oh, and then he records it. And what's he say? You know what that sound is? Fear. It's like, oh my god.
So we've got 3 dead bats, a dead horse, definitely on set so far. This is starting off peachy.
And that aerial shot of Rory Calhoun's character riding that horse at the beginning, he could have missed that hole.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Easily could have missed that rabbit hole.
Maybe he wanted to get rid of the horse.
Yeah, to put it in his
And
fritters.
I also love, after he shoots the horse, he walks to his ranch, and this little boy goes, what's he say, where's Ranger or
Where's
something?
Ranger?
He goes, I had to shoot him, son. And I was like, wow.
That's not the most horrifying thing that's said in this. There's later on the little girl's like, "Can I have one of the rabbits before you kill all of them?"
That girl was, oh my god, horribly annoying.
She was a terrible actress.
Oh, it was
And
awful.
not only that, did it look like their mouths weren't moving some of the time?
They
during
don't.
Yeah,
this?
she definitely, I think in the laboratory when she switched the rabbits in the cages.
Why did she
said,
do that?
She said something and her mouth wasn't moving.
When she's in shock on the couch,
That's
nothing.
rough.
When she's comatose.
Not moving.
Yeah.
It looks like she saw the deadlights from it.
But this is like,
Was she bored? Was that it?
this is also a very 70s thing, is where you have the married couple as like academics, scientists. That was like a big thing in Janet Leigh.
Again, why would Janet Leigh star in this movie? What were they like? We're gonna film a
she
PG
was-
horror movie with killer rabbits, and she's like, "That sounds great."
For you sci-fi geeks out there, not you or me, Dr. McCoy from Star Trek, or Bones, I guess he's called. You're looking at me. I don't know. I can't handle it.
Bones
I think he's called Bones. I'm not sure.
from Star Trek.
Is it Bones?
Sir, show. Are you talking about a TV show?
Yeah, the TV show.
There is a show called Bones. I don't watch it, but
I'm talking about the Star Trek character in the TV show Star Trek.
I don't
Is
watch
there a
Star Trek.
character on Star Trek named Bones?
I don't watch
I do
Star
not
Trek.
either, but every review I've ever seen of this brings up the fact that that's Dr. Bones McCoy from
Oh.
Star Trek.
All right.
Yeah, I don't
So
know
there you go,
Bones
everybody,
McCoy.
for those of you who care.
I know William Shatner and Leonard Nimoy.
I know the guy who played Chekhov. He got his own movie once.
And,
It's horrible.
well, Whoopi Goldberg and LeVar Burton. They were on a
Will-
later show.
Will Wheaton.
Will Wheaton.
I actually think the guy who played Chekhov also did a movie with Bruce Campbell where they were on a moon. Moontrap.
Oh,
That sounds...
that sounds very.
It's just as
Campbell.
bad as it sounds.
yeah, that sounds not good at all.
You can tell we don't want to talk about this movie.
Nope.
Um,
Did you know that lepus is the Latin word for rabbits?
no. But lupus is the Latin word for rabbits.
No, lupus is a disease that the lepus give you.
Oh, okay. Is that... See,
Facts.
maybe that's why I
Facts.
couldn't get on board with this movie. I didn't know what was going on. I thought there was disease and ended up being killer rabbits.
Did anyone else think Captain Billy was a pederasser?
Yes.
The gold mine.
I was like, who is Captain Billy? And then I'm like, wait, why is he hanging out with kids?
yeah.
Captain Bill, the guy that lived in that trailer.
Yeah.
Who? Yeah. Do we ever see him?
Well, you see his body.
Dead? Yeah. This.
No, he was still breathing when we see
Are
him.
you sure?
Yeah,
With the
in the-
spaghetti on his neck.
Well, okay, so the
Or
rancher's son
What's
talks
his name?
the scientist's daughter into going to this gold mine.
And then he's like, just go in there and look for this
Yeah, he
girl.
sends her in.
That's what I was saying. And he was like, well, they're both kids. I'm like, yeah, but he has
She
a
was
shotgun.
younger. Yeah.
Didn't he have a shotgun in this scene?
Well, he didn't care about her. She's
No.
an asshole. Get in there.
Yeah, he was an asshole too.
They
But
both are, yes.
we do see this miner inside the mine. He was breathing, and I think we were supposed to believe he was dead already. And how did she get out? Because she gets scared by these rabbits that growl like a grizzly
They
bear.
do growl.
By the way the rabbits were made was she's in the laboratory. They inject one of them with something, and she
That
flips it
seems
over to the-
unscientific. We don't know what the serum is,
or does.
or does, but we're going to inject a rabbit.
And then
and see
she
what
moves it into the control group, and so it and then brings it with her,
Yeah.
And
Now
the
we should-
guy's like, it killed my chickens!
Now we
Takes
should
it
bring
away
up
from
the
her.
bigger issue what's going on here. Bats are eating mosquitoes. Coyotes are eating
It's a
rabbits.
circle of
But
life,
there's no
baby.
more coyotes in the area, so the rabbits have become
Well, because
overpopulated.
that one cleaner guy got rid of all the coyotes, and now the rabbits are out of control.
They're out of control, just like in Australia.
It's a metaphor for humans trying to control nature.
I put that several times in my notes. I am God now.
Yeah, it's.
Yeah.
I like the idea. This movie just is really bad.
I wasn't sure if this was like anti-nature or like pro-nature. I couldn't tell.
I think it's.
They set
think it's
rabbits on
pro.
fire
I
for
think
fuck's
I
sake.
really think
That's
the
true.
message here is just you gotta kill rabbits.
I think that is the message, and I agree with it completely.
Yeah, you killed 6 of them.
I didn't kill them. I gave them away so someone else could kill them.
No, you killed those 6 babies.
Yeah, you killed the 6.
I
By
didn't
not
kill
nesting
them.
them properly.
I'm not the one that nested
You're a
them.
murderer.
A rabbit murderer?
Yeah.
I don't care.
Well, you should.
I don't.
That's on you, man.
It is on me.
So another thing about this movie is whenever we come across the damage from these rabbit attacks, they're always like, "Those people were ripped to shreds," and
One dude was like neatly severed, and his arms like laying beside him sideways.
I didn't even see it severed because I was gonna say like
He's chopped into like
their limbs are
pieces.
completely attached most of the time.
And they have orange
Paint.
paste on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
But it's really funny because they're like, they're ripped apart.
But later on, like when a rabbit is attacking close, there's like a guy in a suit who paws them in the face and punches
Yeah.
them.
Looks like a kangaroo.
Oh, it's so.
They do so much dubbing in this movie. They even dub the sounds of the horses at one point when the kids are riding them. They're like, there's no horse. The horse is just like standing there, completely still.
Oh, this movie.
The truck driver who for some reason pulls over, gets out of his truck and just
Stands
up,
there?
opens
Yeah.
up the refrigerator part of the truck.
He's gonna get an ice
He
cream
lets
sandwich.
out the highest pitched scream
Yeah,
when the rabbits attack him.
and they start growling at him too,
Yeah.
which is
Where are we in this movie, though?
We're just
It
kind of
doesn't
going.
matter. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Did you? I did like in progressive 1972. We do get the token black man.
Scientist?
The scientist.
What the hell?
And he doesn't die.
He's so out of
But he
place.
doesn't die.
Who dies in this movie?
A
lot
the
of people.
shop owner
The shop
and
owner.
then her husband and
the truck
milk
driver-
truck driver.
There's 4.
A family of 4
Yeah, that was kind of
dead kids in a funny movie.
Uncle Algen, what was his name? The uncle looked like John Voight and Burt Reynolds had a love child from Deliverance. He had that little mustache thing, and he was like a nice, perfect mix between the two. And there were a ton of mustaches on set in this movie.
Oh yeah, 70s man. Well, the main scientist guy. I mean, that's like a poor man's Charles Bronson, wasn't it? It looked just like him.
I thought the doctor in the wheelchair.
The
He had the
dad?
greatest haircut in the
The
world.
dad kind of looked
The
like...
little circle?
Yes.
I thought he looked like Willard from Pieces.
Which guy?
The doctor.
The doctor in the wheelchair.
I don't even know who
He's
that
like, "Can you
is."
guys bring me back a rabbit if you guys catch them?"
Really creepy. Yeah, he had the greatest haircut.
Roy, the main guy, reminded me of Roy Burns from Friday the 13th, Part 5.
There you go.
In some shots, he had that dark hair.
That must be the Charles Bronson lookalike.
Yeah, he's married to
Janet Leigh.
Janet Leigh.
They decide they're gonna go to where they think these rabbits are.
Well, they
It's
find
a
In a
cave.
mine, right? Because
Yeah.
the little
Well,
girl got attacked.
yeah, they know
there.
they're in the mine, and then there's at least 2 other holes that they find.
Giant
Holes.
Giant holes. Let's not forget that.
And
Did
I-
we see the paw print yet down by the water?
Yes,
Is that
we
after
did.
this?
We did. Yeah.
And I couldn't make it.
One paw print
Yeah.
down by the water. Like, oh my god, this has to be a coyote.
But they.
It's a hell of a big coyote, even.
So they're gonna blow the entrances to these holes in the mine shaft.
But first, these 2 jackasses.
Stupid scientist
decide to
has to.
take a picture.
No, he has to get.
He wants
one
to
of these.
catch one
Yeah,
or take a picture.
to study.
And he says they're the size of, what was it, coyotes or wolves?
He said 150 pounds or something.
But like with these models, they make it look like they're 7, 8 feet tall.
Yeah, they're the size of
The size of a
buildings
house.
almost.
Yeah.
Okay,
You know what we're missing? The military wanting to weaponize these rabbits.
that would have been better.
Yeah.
We do get to see the military later, though.
Yeah, we do. Call in the army.
Always.
So at this point, I'm not bored, I'm just kind of...
They're showing way too much of the rabbits.
Not only that, the rabbits are what? Every time you're starting to get into the movie, they show what the antagonist
And they've got
and-
like 4 different shots for the rabbits. There's 2 different ones in the cave, and then there's like one near the fence, and there's one where they're like mingling with cows and shit. And those are like the 4. They're like those are the 4 shots that they show of these rabbits.
Okay, so I'm not bored yet. They blow up the cave. One of the rabbits gets out and starts punching Joe in the face.
Yeah.
And he gets a bunch of marinara all over him.
Who's Joe?
He's the guy.
He was the guy that was going to blow the mine shaft.
Oh,
like, he's the explosives expert, I
okay.
guess.
How'd you get a name? I was at this point starting to get a little bored.
For some reason, I remember it.
She says
It's
his
Jack.
name like...
It's not Joe.
She says
Who
his
was
name
punching
like...
Jack?
Yeah, she says his name like 3 times or something. He looked horrified.
Yeah.
He was like wanting to leave.
He was legit like, I don't want that.
Roy
What the
just
hell
pinches
just
and
happened?
yanks on these rabbits all night. No wonder they're pissed. Like when he's transferring them, they're just like ripping them by their hair. I assume that's probably how you handle a rabbit, but scruffs their neck, that just seems mean.
They don't feel it. It's just like a cat. You gotta grab it in the right spot. But
What if I grabbed you by the scruff of your neck?
I would feel it
Why?
because I'm human. I
And
have
why?
Emotions.
Humans matter.
Would you quit with that? It's not going anywhere.
It's gonna start.
Humans matter. Hashtag humans matter.
That's right.
Alright.
Thrill me.
These effects stink.
They're
really
awful.
bad.
They're awful. Daniel, this movie.
You
I
said it
want to
wasn't
know,
good.
how long were you really scared of rabbits for?
I'm more interested in
The backstory of
yes.
that.
Okay, so the rabbits start making all kinds of sounds. One of them sounds like when a guy at work comes in and he's breathing heavy when I'm trying to take a shit, and he just starts breathing heavy. He's like, that's what one of those sounds is, and the other one sounds like a toilet backing up. So basically, I think they just took a microphone into the bathroom and just left it in there and dubbed it over the rabbits. Plus they're growling, which they growl throughout the entire movie.
Our bathrooms at work, the stalls are like further apart than they should be. The doors and stuff. So sometimes when you walk in, you make eye
Oh,
No.
that's so
with
weird.
somebody sitting on the shitter, and then they quickly like look down like, oh.
I'm so ashamed.
Our things are a little off tilt that in the third stall, your arm is on the left side of the wall and you can barely even maneuver to wipe your ass because I don't know what happened, but it looked like it got
There's one.
placed.
Yeah, the one.
It's the third stall.
Yep.
Because the fourth stall is the handicap stall, so they handicap you in the third stall to make extra room. Can I say that?
Yeah,
They
you
handicap
did.
you.
You did.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's a perfect. Good job. Good job. Way to go. Perfect usage.
Yeah.
Rabbits.
So, okay,
Rabbits don't
sorry.
eat meat, guys.
I didn't think so.
In fact-
we get them munching on lettuce.
They're afraid of
And
meat.
carrots and lettuce. That's all I know rabbits
If
eat.
they get, maybe that's why they cut that guy up and just left his pieces there.
They
When-
bit into it and blah.
And when they smell meat, they run away. They hate the smell of, unless this serum somehow made them carnivores. Some of these rabbits also, they look like they were cut and pasted on the
Oh man, what was the budget on this movie?
They
Did you
didn't-
get it?
No, they didn't even list it.
They're like $12.
No, they didn't list it on. Well, I didn't see it
Giant
on Wiki,
mutant
so.
rabbits terrorize the Southwest! Exclamation
This
point.
movie also opened up like a western too.
Yeah, it
Oh,
kind
the
of
guy
was.
running across
and
the-
the slow music
Oh, the
for
music
the
was
opening
terrible.
draw, yeah, it was not good. Not after we just watched Bone Tomahawk a few weeks ago, and I went western movies kick ass.
Yep.
Did you see? You didn't see that yet.
I haven't watched it yet. No, I need
By
to.
the way, the reason we're off topic is because this is a part of the movie that drags.
Yeah, it's a family trapped in the basement. I love when they're shooting though.
Oh
through
yeah, we
the door.
forgot to
Those
mention that.
rabbits,
Let's talk
like-
about that.
Did it look
really
like-
got shot.
Their bellies are ripped open, and those rabbits like
Did it
fly.
look like they were setting firecrackers off on a miniature?
They probably were.
That's what I thought.
At least 5 rabbits got killed in this scene, I'm positive. Yeah, but it looks so funny because they're literally looking up, and the rabbits you can tell are in a miniature
Model,
because they're
yeah.
so big. But they're really like blood's flying off these rabbits, like someone exploded them, and they did.
Yeah, they probably did.
And then they were fritters, it's cool farmer.
We get a attack on the general store.
Woman
This was
gets
the best.
punched to death.
This was the best scene in the movie when the rabbit comes flying through the miniature house and hits the doll, and then it goes to the ground and she gets punched in the face. It's smeared spaghetti sauce on her neck. Best shot.
Also kills a farmer at his farm.
Yeah.
It was her husband.
We get finally the scientist is trying to get his child and his wife out of this situation, and he sends them to
A cabin?
no, he sends them to some other town.
I thought they had like a lodge up there.
Have typical woman wrecking the car.
Oh, did you? She goes, "Oh, this is the pull off."
It looked like
There was no road.
Crater Lake.
Yeah, you were going across the desert with no road in this pull
Yeah, that's where The Hills Have Eyes took place.
yeah,
like,
that's exactly. I was like, why would you send?
she's like, your dad's gonna be so mad. Like the camper's bouncing. Like, don't tell your father. Like, tire shoots off.
Yeah, she scrapes the bottom of the car. Dad won't like that.
So meanwhile, some people go up to check and see if the rabbit's holes are still buried. Turns out there's more. Some more of them escaped.
No, we did get
How
that.
did I get 3 pages?
We did get that
of
rabbit birthing scene coming out of the ground. That slow motion.
I might have skipped that.
You
I
know,
think-
Rory, I have Rory Calhoun kind of looked like Conway Twitty a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
He had some sweet sideburns.
They were nice.
I've written down Sheriff Donald Trump wants to build a giant fence.
Don't bring your politics here.
Are you making fun of me?
No. I just get yelled at all the time when I tell people to
That's
feel
just-
the burn.
I'm not bringing my
I'm not
politics.
feeling
I'm
the
just
burn.
saying it was Donald Trump building the fence.
Basically.
Maybe he should do something.
Maybe I
with,
want
like-
him to, Ben. I don't know.
Maybe he should do something with like Weekend at Bernie's and like do a zombie dance.
What?
You said feel the burn. Maybe you should do something about.
Do you want him to decapitate a chicken and then do some voodoo on stage?
That's an underrated movie. Weekend of Bernie's
Yeah.
Part 2.
It's great, hysterical, nostalgia. That movie kicks ass.
It does.
I like
Fantastic.
the first.
Bernie was in the. Was I the only one not in the conga line last night?
I love Andrew McCarthy.
And Jonathan Zimmerman, they both
Yeah.
actually worked. They're terrible, but they both work together in that movie somehow.
That's how bad this movie is. We're talking about
We
Weekend
did
at
Bernie's
Bernie's.
too. Too.
Yeah, I always talk about Weekend at Bernie's. I don't care. I love that movie.
Fantastic.
Okay, so they're gonna evacuate the town. Mostly come out at night. Mostly.
Mostly.
The National Guard.
And this
shows
shouldn't
up.
be called Night of the Lepus. It happens over multiple days. This
Yes.
is Nights of the Lepus.
It should have been called Multiple
Yes.
Nights of the Bunny Rabbits.
Yeah,
And I would have not went and saw it.
exactly. Would you have went out and saw a movie called
Look at
Night
the
of the
poster.
Lepus?
It says Night of the Lepus. It's some people in a cave. And
A
there's
guy with a
night-
shovel looking
Yeah.
to decapitate somebody.
What, are those eyes in the background?
Yeah, they're cartoon eyes.
Yeah.
So you don't know what the hell's going on if you look at that poster.
Well,
There's
they
no
didn't,
hint
they didn't
that
have
it's-
Google back then to like Google what the hell's a lepus,
Well,
or did people just know their Latin back then?
We get told
Maybe.
twice in this movie.
Yeah.
in 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And it's never brought up again.
I do like when the National Guard gets called in. Can you imagine? Wait,
The rabbits
what?
attack a horse.
We have to kill what?
They do. They attack a horse.
Did that horse die? I didn't see that part.
Ridiculous.
Maybe.
What if they just threw rabbits at a horse?
Well, I think the guy in the rabbit costume comes near the end. Like, you can see, like, I think the reins, like, someone holding it off screen, and he's, like, clawing it. But you can tell
Horse
it's the
trying to
guy
get
in the
away.
suit, like, doing a quick claw. It's like a 1 second clip.
So the National Guard is there. They're going to use everybody to
Oh, they
line
lied.
up their cars like a... this goes on and on and on.
This
They-
movie
They
should have been.
I hit
70
skip like 8-9
minutes.
times.
They electrify the model railroad track.
Mm-hmm.
This is their plan to herd the rabbits towards
What was
the innocent people
What was with them lining their cars up, though?
for lighting.
Is that what it was
I
for,
think.
lighting?
I don't know.
Or to block the rabbits from going that way, too?
I love that they also had to explain to everybody in the car that
Wind your windows
there's
up.
wind your window. There's
Yeah.
going to be some shooting, so don't
Yeah.
freak out. Like,
Well, meanwhile, Janet Leigh is trapped somewhere with a flare.
And she's out
waving it
fighting
around.
rabbit guy
And
thing.
the kid's like, Mommy.
well, okay, so the rabbits were scared of the flare. Why don't they just tell everybody to have a torch on hand so that
Yeah.
you can go after the rabbits?
So, yeah, I mean, you've already set the rabbits on fire earlier in the movie, right?
No, that's
Yeah.
Or
coming
no,
up.
that is coming
That's
up.
coming
That's
up.
not yet. Wait, we forgot to talk about the scene where the guy has that gun, and the family drives by him, and they
Yes.
won't pick him up, and then he like throws the gun.
Throws the gun away. I was like, why
just
would
like
you-
he throws it side of the road and leaves it.
And that family, you never see them again.
That's called a ghost town.
And they just
Yeah,
drive away.
bye.
Just drive away.
Wow. That, That was literally like a 2-minute filler for no reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we don't need any more filler. We really don't.
No.
I don't know what they talk about for these 45 minutes. I wasn't paying attention.
I kept hitting the minute skip button.
My kid was watching this with me at this point, and he kept being like, "Where are the rabbits?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't know where they are."
Come to think of it, they really didn't need that family.
No,
They paid them to talk, though. They could
Yeah.
have saved that money and put it somewhere else.
Better models, I don't know.
Some more bunny effects.
Then there's a scene where the rabbits attack a bunch of cows, which made me laugh and laugh because the cows were somewhere else in like a pasture, and it was daylight. And then the rabbits are running at them in the dark, and it just keeps cutting back and forth to daylight cows, nighttime rabbits, daylight cows, nighttime rabbits, and then all of a sudden, moo! And we think a cow's getting attacked.
I'm getting raped.
Yeah. A guy in a bunny suit raping a cow.
Yeah.
The furries are at it again.
Oh man, they're terrible people.
Who's the fucking crazy train guy? He looks like an absolute lunatic.
Did he have a mustache?
He looked like he was half shaven, half not shaven. I don't know who he was. I wasn't paying attention, so when I cut to him, I'm like, who the fuck is that guy? I thought maybe he let the rabbits loose or something, like he was a mad scientist. So they're gonna Godzilla shock these things
Yeah.
by luring them onto the train tracks by shooting at them with 3 National Guards in the daytime.
Just 3
shooting at
guys.
them.
We have 2 machine gun nests. Which, again, they're firing machine guns, and we're not seeing these rabbits.
How many rabbits are there? So, yeah, it's literally a cut shot.
Yeah.
Guy shooting. The rabbits are coming! Guy shooting. The rabbits are coming! And then they hit the tracks.
They'll be here any minute.
I mean, we probably saw a couple hundred rabbits.
Yeah, and we saw 7 die on the tracks.
And they're so fucking stupid because, like, there's piles of them dying on the tracks and they keep running to the tracks.
Yeah, I was like, it's not going to create it. Like,
Maybe they're not smart.
But there wouldn't be any room for them to run to the tracks. It'd be piles of
yeah,
bodies.
that's what.
But they just all drop over dead and the movie ends.
No, it doesn't end there. There's
Oh,
one
there's
last.
some football.
There's one last awkward cut
We got a little bit of
of
the
Conway
room going
Twitty
on
and
here.
Roy
Yeah,
talking. He's like,
he comes back.
"Why don't you come to my barn and see the family?" And he's like,
I'd
"Yeah,
like that."
Yeah, I'd like that. Sounds like a plan." It was like just
We'd like that.
what?
He
Just
says it like
end the
3
movie. You
times.
don't
Yeah.
have to do that.
Done. Cut that 20 minutes ago.
Well, he explains that we did find a couple rabbit holes, and it's like
They were just normal size.
normal size though. It's like, oh,
Because the coyotes were back now.
Yeah.
I saw a couple coyotes. But I do want to say that the train track sparkler effects were better than the glowing ab sparkler effects in the movie It.
Yes.
It looked
Practical
way
effects,
more
baby.
real.
Are you drawing your fingernails?
Oh,
gross.
you just noticed
Oh,
that.
that's so
I have been
gross.
growing these. Remember during Friday night when I told you
Yes.
I could grow the longest?
That is disgusting. Get. Oh,
Wait, I forgot to show you my guy's shirt I wore today too.
hooray for boobies. With a stain under the Y.
And there's a stain down here. I got coffee
Yeah.
all over me one
Jesus
morning.
Christ.
Yeah, what the hell?
It used to be like a hangover shirt, like when I was real hungover.
It's a little short on you there, buddy.
No, it's an 80s shirt from the Rock Ages. Yeah. You didn't see that movie?
No.
It was like a Broadway thing. Play.
Okay.
I heard it was really good. They sing a bunch of 80s stuff.
Well, there's no boobies in this movie, Cobra, so what do you give it?
Night of the Lepus. This movie gets...
Lupus is a disease, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. You turn
It's the one that's on House that is never actually
John,
a
What's
disease.
lupus?
I don't know.
Oh, that's like a
Poop disease?
brain.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, look this
You were
up.
close.
Poop disease. It's a poop disease. Night of the Lepus. Or is it Lepus?
Lepus.
It
I
doesn't
say
matter.
lepus.
It makes sense for Lepus because they leap. as their
This
rabbits.
movie
Ooh.
is boring, and you would think a movie with giant killer rabbits could be funny,
Yeah.
but it's not. It's just not funny. It doesn't come around, and during the last 20 minutes of the movie when the military was showing up, I had to fast forward because I didn't think that the dialogue would be anything important for me to take notes. So I'm just like, next. All right, I see the military guys shooting. The rabbits are coming. Great. This movie's a 2. It's boring and slow, and I don't know why this movie was ever made.
Ben?
Lupus sounds scary. It affects any organ in the body.
That's what I told you. The
It's the
brain.
poop and the brain.
Yeah.
What does it do though?
I didn't get that far.
It enhances it.
I saw symptoms were high fevers, hair loss, body rashes.
You guys might have it. You got at least one symptom of lupus.
Wow. Would I give this? I don't know. I like these 70s nature rising up movies.
Oh, here you
But
go.
this one is like really, really low end spectrum. It had annoying kid actors in it. The rest of the acting was really bad. Model work was atrocious. I don't even think this fits into that. It's so bad it's good.
No, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't.
And that's why it's terrible.
They just showed way too much of the rabbits and
I thought you would. I'm
just
sorry.
looked bad. I give it a 4 out of 10.
Oh, 4. That's way too generous.
Well, like I said, these types of movies were done a lot better. Some of them, Grizzly, The Swarm,
Well, I'm going to tell you what I compared to the first 30 minutes of this
Piranha.
too, and that's a movie called Them. from
Oh
the
yeah,
50s.
Them was better.
Yeah.
Well, the first 30 minutes of this, it was pretty close, except for the fact that it was rabbits. That ruined a lot.
Because you're the rabbit expert.
And I know that they're not scary at all.
What are you talking about? Look at the claw marks on the sides of the wall here.
Yeah. So
Imagine
imagine
they
one.
do that to your face.
Yeah. Imagine you get tomato paste all over your neck. You don't want that.
It's marinara sauce.
I don't want that. You're right. That is pretty terrifying. Maybe I'll bump this a point. Should be Night of the Marinara Stains.
Yeah. Oh, it should be. That sounds even better.
I enjoyed it for 30 minutes and then everything went to shit. That's
Mm.
basically what happened. I can't understand why somebody would come up to somebody and say, let's make a movie about killer rabbits. And they go, okay. I understand if it was like a TV show, but you have to know, what can you do for an hour and a half to talk about how scary rabbits are?
Well, this is early in the Animals Rise Up
This is
stage.
before Jaws.
Yeah, this is like
Yeah,
the original,
so
right?
like you're gonna
Besides
pick
them.
rabbits as there were
Yeah,
so
you
many
had-
other animals.
Yeah, I was like, you could have took the
Untapped.
grizzly bear,
Yeah.
you could have took the shark, the crocodile, an alligator, anything.
Killer bees. I mean, it's
Anything.
Maybe this guy had like a bad experience or something.
like Daniel.
Maybe there was like rabies in the rabbits and one of them bit him or something. I can't think of why this would ever have been made. I know there was a book. Did you see it was based on a book?
No.
Oh
Wow.
my god. Yeah,
You
it
know,
was
bit-
based on a book.
I would have liked to see like. No, that'd be
You would like to see
stupid.
Janet Leigh's boobs?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, there you go. Bump it up.
I wasn't thinking about that, but fuck yeah. That's what we were missing from this movie, Janet Leigh's boobs.
Okay.
Hooray for movies!
I liked them 12 years before. It's like
Yeah, she wasn't bad in that. Okay, I'll give this a 3. I'll give it a 3. It's got potential that just kind of falls apart.
Yeah.
Would have been better to be a Twilight Zone episode or something.
this is like it's not rewatchable at all.
No, I'm never watching this again.
No.
I didn't think I'd ever watch it, but that's what happens when you get Patreon, I guess. You watch Night of the Lepus, or what we're going to watch next.
Which was terrible but entertaining.
Yeah.
At least had Ron Perlman.
Something.
Alright, so, if you want to donate to the show...
Thanks, Daniel.
Yes, thank you, Daniel.
Yes, thank you.
Go to patreon.com/horrorcasting. Horrorcastings, I'm sorry, with an S.
Wait,
And
did we decide how many animals were killed on set here?
that'd be 30.
I mean, it's over 15.
Because,
It's
like, Cannibal Holocaust killed
3.
3,
4.
but they did it so graphic and on camera.
It's disgusting.
it's blatant.
So before 1981, you could kill animals in your movies.
Was
That's
that
what I
the-
took from that movie.
Was that the
Sean
lot?
Connery
Like
jumped that horse off the castle in one of the James Bond movies, and that was the first
Oh.
time they ever put no animal was harmed in the making of this film. So, before that, I'm sure animals were harmed in the making of films.
I mean, that's cool.
I thought it was hilarious, honestly.
I love
really
animals.
did.
They're delicious.
I'm actually, I kind of like animals, and I like them because they taste good. I like both. Animals are nice, and the ones that taste good taste good. I don't believe in killing animals for the sake of movies, but
Don't bring your PETA views onto this show.
it's not PETA. PETA would do it so they could make a movie. They'd be like, look at all these animals being slaughtered by us.
Let's make a movie.
Yeah. Patreon.com/horrorcastings. You can host a show with us, pick a show or a movie for us to watch.
And Daniel, I feel like after watching these 2 movies, you should take the Cobra Challenge, and we should send you
He
a
said
terrible
something
movie.
about that, like he didn't have time or something.
I want him to write in again and explain a little more of this fear of rabbits. 'cause
You get
that actually
time
sounded
and watch a movie,
interesting.
and he's got to have some kind of time.
I don't know. I'll have to look at it again.
Just send it to him and be like,
yeah, I have your
"Fucking
address.
watch
I'll
it."
just send it to you and be like, watch this, yeah?
And then write in when you have time.
You can keep it probably too.
And
after.
don't send it back. We got to read the review. That's what we need to do before we're done with this. We got to read Cody, who is our number 1 fan.
Oh, what did he watch?
He watched Minor Massacre. Or
The
Minor.
Curse of the 49er.
And I have to
This
This
sounds,
was a
sounds interesting.
This was a $5 Walmart movie
The
that I
Curse?
remember watching once.
Oh, you did watch it.
And just when you think that being such a cheesy, terrible movie, there'd be gore and blood and tits, but there's not. And I remember it just being so awful in that aspect because, like, a terrible movies like that need to have something. And this movie had nothing.
Yeah, he describes everything you said almost exactly.
It's,
That's why you
it's
two
so
get along
bad.
so much.
It's so bad.
Cody writing in again. I just had the chance to review Minor's Massacre, and a massacre it was. Holy shit. The synopsis of this movie is, some Jeepers Creepers looking motherfucker is mad with the girl with the dyke haircut
Ooh.
and has a little brother that
Talks
took
like
his
Cobra
gold.
too.
He goes on a rampage, killing all the characters off. The actors in this movie are some of the ugliest people I have ever seen in my life. Me being born in the 90s made me realize how happy I was not to see the shitty styles of haircuts. The movie starts off as any other slasher flick. Death, travel, creepy guy giving warning not to go in the mine, then no turning around. At least Roxanne is pretty hot. There seems to be a lot of almost sex scenes, but none of it actually delivers. The sheriff visit, and you're in for a ride after that. All the deaths were nothing special. The acting wasn't horrible, but it wasn't Golden Globe worthy. If you like shitty country accents and kill scenes with not a lot of killing, then this movie is for you. The gore level was a negative. No boobs whatsoever, not to mention the worst soundtrack known to man. I definitely give this movie a 2 out of 10. You didn't have to be afraid, you could have given it a 1. The only reason I'm giving it a 2 is because, spoiler alert, not that anybody will ever see this
No,
movie.
I don't know how this movie exists.
The loud, annoying bitch dies really quick. I guess that's a positive. I will not be watching this movie ever again. The challenge is by far the worst challenge I have ever done. Thank you for wasting an evening of my life. Stay spooky. P.S. If you want your movie back, you're not getting it. I refuse to be the person that allows someone else to see this movie.
Well, first of all, you klepto. You can keep it. I don't need it back that bad. Because
One of
it
these
is
days you're going to
fucking
get an itching to
terrible.
watch Minor Massacre.
Yeah, it's not even on IMDb as Minor's Massacre. It's called The Curse of the 49er. It's awful.
That's a better name.
Thank you for doing that, Cody. If anybody else wants to take part in this,
Hey, if you want another one too, we've got plenty more.
Yeah.
We'll ship them out to you.
if you want to talk to us about anything at all, including this, go to horrorcastings@gmail.com and drop us a
And
line.
way to not be able to do From Dusk Till Dawn today, you.
Everybody name one thing they know about California. Go.
They have good beer, Sierra Nevada.
What do you know?
The Sacramento Kings are from California.
And
Ooh, Pete Lasicki.
I know
Or
that
no, who
they're...
was that on your Sega or Nintendo game?
Oh, you remember Pete Chilcutt?
Pete Chilcutt.
That motherfucker never missed in the Sega. Oh, he was so good,
That
but
guy could hit threes.
all day.
They're known
Pete
for
Lasicki
their
played for Penn State.
their butter crackers.
Butter?
And,
What are buttercrackers?
Butter or buttered?
Butter, and also they're known for the $3 bill. So
Brazil nuts also come
Brazil
from.
nuts. That's right, Brazil nuts.
I looked that up last night.
Oh, what's that? I think I only know it by the other name. What are they called?
Brazil nuts.
They have another name.
California raisins.
That's it. That's what.
John's
it is.
nuts. I don't know where.
Why'd you go to my nuts?
I don't know.
California is known for my nuts. Oh right. Fuck off. It hit me right as you were
I
about
don't
to say
think.
it.
No, I don't think. I don't think you. I think. I want to just.
Jesus Christ.
Hi, welcome to just another podcast.
That's it. Facebook.com/horrorcasting. Twitter, we're at horrorcasting. Oh, check out our YouTube channel. Just look up Just Another Horror Podcast on YouTube. We have some,
I
Hot dog
subscribed the other
tricks.
day.
yeah, we had some Oh, we do have hot dog tricks. We have hot dog tricks on there.
I'll have to look it
We have,
up.
Yeah.
we have a Civil War documentary.
What?
What else? What else did I put on there?
Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan doing a promo. Popsicle dog. Bacon dog.
I think Barnacles having sex.
Barnacles having sex. That's right. That's on there. Along with clips from every movie we've reviewed so far. So check that out. Don't worry about it. It's just one of my guys killing off my neighborhood competition.
What did I just miss?
No, this...
All right.
One of my dogs going off
be
my
back-
competition.
Be back next week with Primal Force.
Woo!
Killer Baboons.
And Ron Perlman.
Bye-bye.